back to my channel. It's your girl Maniko, or Fu Has My Heart. I still haven't figured out how I really want to introduce myself on here. I think I'm just gonna say my name. It just makes much more sense. But yeah, we're back with another video. Happy Thursday, because by the time I post this, it will be Thursday. Or happy whatever day it is by the time you see it. Originally today, I was gonna drop like a part 2 of my whole film, movie, series thing that I've been working on. But low-key, it was kind of boring, the second half. And so I was like, I don't want to just post it just to say that I was posting, because I am trying to hold myself to posting at least weekly, and I'm like, I don't really want to just post something just because. So I figured I would kind of tailor it a little bit and talk a little bit more about kind of like my goals and things that I want to do in terms of acting and how I see that playing out in my life, if that makes sense. And I am going to be dropping some different behind the scenes and footage and stuff like that that actually has been being worked on over the past few weeks. So for those of you that may not have seen the first video, I am working on a movie slash series. It's gonna be a series of short movies. I don't know how to explain it, honestly, but I found out about a casting call back in, I want to say April. I had my boyfriend at the time, who's now my fiance, I had him go with me. We both got cast as 2 of the lead roles in the film slash series, and the rest is history. So I am really excited. I found out recently that we are gonna have like a premiere, watch party, launch party, red carpet event at the beginning of September. So I'm like, ooh, it's gonna be August. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna wear, how my hair gonna be, all that good stuff, but I'll get to that later. So we started filming in June. We had all of our table reads and dress rehearsals and all that in May. We started filming in June. So the first video that I posted, really the first and last video that I posted, was kind of like a behind the scenes of how the first like couple days of shooting went, because this is my first time ever working on a project like this. And so I also have some more footage from the second parts of the filming that we did. So in my last video, I showed you guys the dress rehearsal at the lounge, the actual day we filmed at the lounge, and then filming for the nail salon. But after the nail salon, I then had 2 other times that I had to film. So we did our sex scene. We shot the sex scene, which really was not awkward because it was my fiance, but it was awkward because like everybody's watching kind of thing. But we shot that, and I just knew it wasn't gonna take all night. It did in fact take all night. We were there about 6-7 hours, the same amount of time that we were at the lounge when we shot that scene. And so it was a long night. It was a long night, but it was also kind of like getting towards the end, and I'll just drop in some different videos and stuff from it right now. I am headed to film my second to last scene of the mini series that I'm currently working on, that is going to be on Tubi. I talked about this a little bit in a previous video, so if you want to know a little bit more about that, you have to go back and watch it. I have a feeling tonight is going to be a long night. Hopefully not 6 hours long like it was when we shot the lounge scene, but I'm guessing we'll probably be in there at least until about 11. I mean, that just seems pretty obvious to me because I have scenes that I have to shoot by myself. Patrick has a scene or 2 that he has to shoot by himself, and then we have our scene that we shoot together. We are about to film this scene, which is, in my opinion, it's crazy because the sun is going down. However, when I make it to my destination, the sun is fully in the sky. So we shall see. Yeah, that's that light right over the camera. You see this trash bag in the corner? Please, don't embarrass me. You know your hair's...
No, I'm gonna undo.
Okay.
I don't really know anymore. I'm coming from the gym.
Okay. True. It's extra bright.
Keita, when he come in, you just want him to stop right here.
But this is just the first one. Let me think.
It's in here, Tina.
I feel like
He had last night. They said he was moving.
All right, y'all. It is 9:12. I think I got here a little bit around like 6:30. So when I first got here, got my makeup done, then I ate, and then I filmed the first scene of the day, which I'm not gonna go into details because eventually y'all will see it. I did that scene, then I did the second part of that scene, then I did the third part of that scene, and baby, it was all outside. So when I tell y'all I was hot, came back in, and then I got to get a little breaky break, which I'm still enjoying because Patrick is now shooting his scene. I did just have like a small part in his scene, but I wasn't really supposed to be on camera. I was just kind of off in the distance. So that part is done. I'm getting ready to change into my infamous orange dress to do the after the club scene. That scene is me mainly, and then I think he's in the background or vice versa. I really can't remember. And then after that, we have our last scene of the night, which is the sex scene. Y'all just saw that footage of me getting to the house, me being outside. Mind you, it's the middle of summer, so again, it's really hot. And it was really hot on the top floor of the house. When I tell you, like, my makeup, I kept having, like, I was sweating so bad. It didn't make no sense. It was just a really rough night. The next time I filmed was my last scene, or either it was supposed to be, and that was the airport scene. Today is final day of filming. I forgot my camera, so I'm holding up my phone. Yeah, starting off a little rocky, but we'll see how it goes. And by rocky, I mean makeup artist can't come, and I didn't bring any makeup, so so we did that, and it was a mess because the makeup artist didn't show up at the time that they wanted to start shooting. So I had literally all I had with me was tinted moisturizer. So I put that on, didn't have a brush. They had to take me to Walmart, buy a brush for me to apply it. And it's just, it wasn't giving. Luckily for that scene, I had shades on, so it wasn't really super noticeable that I didn't have my makeup done, but whatever. And then it started pouring down, raining. Now mind you, one of the scenes is supposed to be me leaving the airport and getting into an Uber. So they were like, oh, we're gonna reschedule that. Y'all, it literally rained for 17 days and 17 nights. So it's safe to say that when they rescheduled it, they ended up canceling it altogether because the day that they scheduled it for, it was pouring down that day too. So it was just like, whatever. And I was kind of glad, but then I was also kind of annoyed because if you know me, you know that usually over the summer, my hair is in some form of a protective style. Now, one thing I will say about filming anything, any sort of project, your hair has to be consistent. So on the film, everything is happening on the same day. So my hair had to be the exact same every time we filmed. So I had a braid out literally the entire summer. I wanted to put mini twists in my hair, right? So I could not wash my hair when I wanted to because they ended up rescheduling the outside lead airport scene to another day, like 5 days later. And then when they canceled it, I was like, really? I could have washed my hair, did my mini twist, XYZ. And because I had a whole lot to do that weekend and didn't have time for mini twists, I just had to settle for this size twist, like medium. So I was like, okay, that's one thing that I don't like, is having to make sure everything is so consistent. Like, even down to the ring placements on my hands. The very first night that we shot, I took a picture of each of my hands so that I would know which ring was on which finger so that I could make sure everything was consistent. Had to make sure I had the same earrings, had to make sure I had the same outfits, the same everything. Like literally, the only thing that I changed, and I didn't really care about changing, was by the time we shot that last scene, my nails was a different color, and I don't care. Because first of all, it took like a month and a half. If you thought my nails was going to be the same for a month and a half, you are crazy. And I wasn't going to go get them done and get the exact same style that I had just had, or the exact same design, because that's just not what I wanted to do. So that was not my issue. And I didn't say nothing about it either, and they didn't notice. So whatever. Everybody has been asking me if I want to be an actress, and it's kind of hard to answer that question because even though I do have an interest in acting, I don't necessarily want to make a career out of it, if that makes sense. Like, I don't want to be like a famous Hollywood movie star. That's not anything that I'm interested in. And I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that, one, I don't have a lot of training or experience in it, and two, I just enjoy having whatever sort of privacy I want to have in my life. And once you make it to that level, it's just a lot of things that come along with that. And I don't really think that I'm willing to compromise with the things that I enjoy in my life now that I wouldn't be able to have if that were the case. So what I see for myself is acting in like small films or shows, or being an extra, being in the background, doing commercials. Like, I would be okay with something really low key, but like pretty consistent, and me able to just pick it up when I want. Because a lot of times when you do movies, they might film for 8, 9, 10 plus months, and so you can't do anything until you're done because you're contractually obligated. So I just don't want to have to deal with that. And I feel like with commercial shows, it's just much shorter of a time period. Yeah, another reason that I don't really want to take it that far is because I'm now at a period of my life where I'm about to get married, I want to start a family, I want to move somewhere else, and I don't know. I feel like I kind of know what path I'm on right now, and I'm not willing to change that just because, I'm not willing to change it for potential success, right? Because I don't even know that I would be successful if I pursued that. So anyway, back to the current project that I'm working on. It is going to be released on Tubi. Now, they haven't told us when it's going to be released, but I'm assuming if we have our launch party, watch party in September, it's probably going to be soon after that, because that means all they would have to do is submit it, or whatever it is, whatever the process is for getting something on Tubi. Now, I'm gonna need y'all to run it up. Okay? Because if it does well enough, then we can go on to start creating and filming the other parts of the series.
I know that's right.
And from what I've heard, from what the writer has already written, it's getting a little crazy. So yeah, if you are in the acting world, if you're an actor or actress, or maybe interested, go ahead and drop a comment and let me know if you have a piece of advice or just any well wishes or whatever. I'm really posting this for y'all to help hold me accountable, because there's a lot of things throughout my life that I've been interested in doing, and I always find a way to talk myself out of it. This is actually a really good example of what can happen when you just challenge yourself and you just push yourself, no matter what you think others might say or feel or think about it. Because when I first saw that casting call post, I knew immediately that I wanted to go. But then I tried to talk myself out of it, because I was like, oh, well, I don't know who's gonna be there. I don't want to go and be nervous and awkward, and I don't want to be like, I just was coming up with so many excuses. And so I finally asked my fiance to go with me. And honestly, if he would have been busy, or if he wouldn't have been able to go with me, I don't really know that I would have gone, because I was just in my head about it. And I pushed myself to go and step outside of my comfort zone, and I ended up getting the main role of this part of the series. So I'm really proud of myself for doing so. If you feel, or if you find yourself in a period of life where you're experiencing something similar, don't worry about anything else. Think about what it is that you want, and think about how you want your life to go. Because there's so many times that people don't take leaps because they're afraid of what others might think if they fail, or they're afraid of what others might say to them. And honestly, at this point in my life, I don't care. I really don't care. I'm gonna do what I want. I'm gonna do who I want. Just one person though. And I'm just gonna live my life. And that's really all she wrote. The only area that's not true is when it comes to Instagram, because baby, I will be on TikTok posting 1,000,000 trillion videos a week, but I ain't posting them on Instagram though. If you know, you know. It's just not the same. It's really just not the same. But anyway, I will of course keep y'all updated once we get more news. I cannot wait until the watch party, because of course I'm gonna vlog the whole thing. Of course I can't put the movie on YouTube, but I'm just really excited for how that day will go. So y'all just stay tuned, and remember, if it's something that you want to do, don't let anybody stop you, especially yourself. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time.